Here, today we are celebrating a nice conversation with the famous Paul Dobson. You create this beautiful place after 40 years, Paul. It's not easy. You know, the people that we are in the restaurant business, we know how hard it is. How has been that ride in 40 years?
Well, I've had a great ride. It's been a joy to come to work. I mean, and my clientele is, I've been so lucky, so lucky to have just the best clientele. And I've been capable of keeping employees, faithful employees for so long that we're a family here. You know, I think that everybody sees that when they come into this restaurant. You know, it's a family.
That's part of the success of Dobson.
Yeah, very much so.
And it's still with the same recipes when you start, you know, like the Mussel Bisque. Can you tell us something to the people?
The Mussel Bisque, and I never thought it'd be this famous, ever. But on one of my many trips to France, I went to Normandy because I hadn't been there before. And it was a horrible, rainy, typical stormy day, winter time. And we went to a famous restaurant called Serge. And it was a 2-star restaurant. And it's right on the harbor, and the waves were crashing. And so I told my wife, let's just make this a long lunch because I don't want to go back in that weather. So we had a beautiful little lunch. An hour or two later, it cleared out. And so when I was about to leave, the chef came by and said, "Hello, I'm the chef or the owner, and I understand you're from California." Because when I made the reservation, they asked where you're from. And he said, "Oh, I want to go to California." And I said, "What for?" And he said, "I want to open a restaurant there." And I went, "Uh-oh."
Competition.
You're talking to the wrong person. Don't do it. So anyway, so we talked, and I said, "What is that beautiful bowl with the top on it that keeps coming by?" And he said, "Oh, you didn't order that?" And I said, "No." And he said, "Here, hold on." And then, so he went, he had somebody bring it on, it was fabulous. And he said, "You want the recipe?" So I said, "Of course." So he gave me the book, signed, I still have it. And he said, "And here's really how you make it." He put it in his hand, he put some more notes.
Oh, the recipe and everything.
So that's how it started.
It has been that recipe since, you know, I mean, I had made it so many times.
Yeah, I made a few little changes to make it more applicable to the American taste. But other than that, it's recipe.
Too Frenchy, huh? Otherwise, would be too Frenchy. You know?
Yeah. No fault with that, though. At all.
Well, that was, you know, it has been over 1 million of Mussel Bisque sold at Dobsons. You know?
Yeah, everybody went, "Oh, Dobsons, Mussel Bisque." I mean, people I just meet, you know.
They do the relation Mussel Bisque and Paul Dobson.
Yeah.
Such a big name, Paul.
Yeah.
You have created, and not only in San Diego, across the border, because a lot of people.
Well, I spent a lot of time across the border.
They know you. So.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Paul, I have one more question for you.
All right, I'll take it.
What can you tell your customers that have been faithful for the last 40 years and your new customers about Dobsons?
Well, I think the most important thing is that I love my customers. I want to thank the ones faithful that keep coming back and back year after year. And even when I've been away for a while, I'll be sitting there with you or somebody, and "Hey, Paul," or Pablo usually, "You're here, you know, how are you?" And so it was just so fulfilling to have such loyal customers. I mean, it was just amazing.
They're still coming because, like I insist, such a big name. I miss the lunches together, you know.
Oh, me too.
So many years having lunch almost every day, you know.
Well, it was it's very French style, right? Where the chef French, and the owner and everybody sit down and talk. I loved it. Well, I'm going to enjoy that today, I hope.
Well, you are. I'm going to make something special. Well, Paul, thank you very much.
Oh, no.
These 40 years, you deserve this and more. And I think all your customers and friends, they're going to always have a good memory of such a good man that you had been as a restaurant.
Again, I have to thank my employees and my wonderful clientele for that. It was a pleasure. It's a joy.
Well, Gracias, Paul.
A ti, hombre.
Merci beaucoup. Huh? Thank
Better.
you.
Thanks.
Now let's have a little toast
Yeah.
for that.
Again. Hello, I am Paul Dobson, and I want to thank all my wonderful clientele for 40 years that made coming to work a pleasure every day. Thank you again.